Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Down in the Middle podcast. I'm Xavier Ortega, and as always, my father, Marlon Ortega, on the board in front of me. Today, we're talking about Royal Rumble 2021. The road to WrestleMania has officially begun. So, we're just going to go straight into it. The first match is between Goldberg versus Drew McIntyre. The match starts with an intense start. Drew McIntyre headbutting Goldberg, then hitting another Claymore on him. Well, actually, he hit a spear on him. It took it to the outside, and then Goldberg hit his spear on Drew McIntyre through the barricade. I can literally say the entire match for you guys. Watch, here it is. This is how legit how the match went. Claymore, spear, jackhammer, Claymore. And the last Claymore, Drew McIntyre hit to get a win on Goldberg. So Goldberg has been defeated and Drew McIntyre retains. He is still the WWE Champion. Thank God. And next up is the SmackDown Women's Championship match between Carmella and Sasha Banks. It's a well-worked match between the both of them, because Carmella and Sasha are two great female workers. Some interference from Reginald, him helping Carmella. Reginald catching Sasha Banks when she was thrown out the ring, and then he got rejected from or ejected from ringside. And it has Carmella doing a cool submission move on Sasha from outside of the ring, like a leg scissors, and then her hanging outside of the ring. And then Sasha Banks hits the bank statement for the win and retains the SmackDown Women's Championship. And now it is time for the Women's Royal Rumble match. Now, I'm not going to do every entrant one by one because then we'd be here forever. So instead, I'm just going to give you a quick review of some big highlights that happened during the match. Naomi returned. Billie Kay does her own little semi-Heath Slater kind of story back in 2018 where she tries to partner up with every entrant that comes out. To no luck. Victoria returned. Nice sequence by Ruby Riott and Toni Storm. Jillian Hall returned and teamed up with Billie Kay. Santana Garrett debuted. Santana Garrett being an independent wrestling veteran. Tori Wilson returned. Some entrance by Shotzi Blackheart and Dakota Kai. Rhea Ripley debuted. Reginald helped Carmella because Carmella entered the Royal Rumble and Reginald got Carmella eliminated. Lana returned and was able to eliminate Nia Jax. And in the final moments of the match, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, and Charlotte Flair were the last three. Rhea and Bianca eliminate Charlotte. And then Rhea and Bianca have like a little mini match inside the Royal Rumble match, which ends with Bianca Belair winning the Women's Royal Rumble match. Good for her. Good for her. I hope that she and Sasha Banks wrestle each other at WrestleMania because that would be a good passing of the torch. Sasha and Bianca. Alright, and stay tuned right after this commercial break for more.
If you're in the Lincoln Square neighborhood, come by and enjoy a tasty treat at the Lincoln Ice Cream Company located at 4919 North Lincoln Avenue in Chicago. Try our homemade waffles, biscuits and gravy, along with other delicious treats. We also serve all-natural Hershey's ice cream. So stop by the Lincoln Ice Cream Company at 4919 North Lincoln Avenue. That's 4919 North Lincoln Avenue. You'll be glad you did.
And we are back. And some notable backstage segments to understand, some notable backstage segments to inform. Kofi Kingston and the New Day did a tribute to Brody Lee, the late great John Huber. And Peter Rosenberg is the new 24/7 champion. Oh, and also forgot to mention, Alicia Fox became 24/7 champion during the Women's Royal Rumble, and R-Truth pinned her to get our 24/7 championship back. So now we move on to Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship in a last man standing match. This one was really hard hitting and entertaining to watch. It has Roman Reigns throwing Kevin Owens through off like a ledge in the Thunderdome and the seats. It has Roman Reigns hitting Kevin Owens with a golf cart. Kevin Owens hitting a sweet swanton off a forklift onto the ladder, onto a table, onto Roman Reigns. It also has Kevin Owens handcuffing Roman Reigns to like the light structure so that he wouldn't get up to the count of 10, only for Roman Reigns to launch the referee that was counting before he got to the count of 10 into like the lights. And it all ended with Roman Reigns locking in a guillotine on Kevin Owens to retain the Universal Championship. Like I said, this match was really good. And finally, we get down to the men's Royal Rumble match. Just like the women's, I'm just going to note down a few highlights that happened during it. Edge and Randy Orton started out the Royal Rumble. Edge attacked Randy Orton before. Carlito returned. Damian Priest debuted. Kane returned and reunited with Daniel Bryan for a Team Hell No reunion. Biggie and Lashley get into it, which is kind of fitting because tomorrow is the first day of Black History Month. AJ Styles and Christian returned and reunited with Edge. AJ Styles and Christian do some good TNA things, calling back to their matches back in TNA. Seth Rollins returned and eliminated Daniel Bryan and Matt Riddle, and eliminated Christian and eliminated Braun Strowman. And then in the closing moments, after Edge eliminates both Strowman and Christian, it was down to Rollins and Edge, but instead of Rhea and Bianca, it wasn't a full match. Edge eliminated Seth Rollins, only for Randy Orton, who got taken out earlier in the match, to return into the ring and hit an RKO on Edge. And just when Randy Orton was about to eliminate Edge, Edge reversed it and eliminated Randy Orton instead, meaning Edge wins the 2021 Royal Rumble. Now, that kind of surprised me. I didn't know who was going to win this. It was the men's Royal Rumble match was totally predictable. It was unpredictable, actually. And I don't know where they're going to go with this. Either they're going to do Edge and Drew or Edge and Roman, because Edge is not signed to either brand, either Raw or SmackDown. So this could be interesting. I think it would be Edge and Roman. But I don't know how to feel about Edge winning the Rumble. I'm surprised. And I'm happy. So we're going to see where this goes. So no CM Punk, no Jay White, and no Brock Lesnar. Well, there's always next time. And that is it for the Down the Middle podcast on Royal Rumble 2021. Be sure to follow LIT Enterprises for all the amazing great work and content that they always produce. And be sure to follow Lincoln Ice Cream Company for all the tasty treats they always put out. And don't forget, if you ever have any questions or comments, make sure to send them to dwnthemiddle@gmail.com. We will see you all for the next pay-per-view.